Are you looking for more ways to make money in 2022? Some profitable things that you can do on the side for some extra money? Well, in this video, I'm gonna be going over just that. Many different ways that you can have a profitable side hustle and how to get started with it. So let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Molly Kaiser. I am a profitable online course creator who's done over $7 million in online sales from my courses. And now I love to help people like you turn your passion into your own profitable online course. If you're excited about how to have your own profitable online side hustle, then go ahead and give this video a like. And if you would like to learn more about side hustles, making money online, and online courses, go ahead and hit subscribe to this channel because I come out with new videos like that every Tuesday. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna talk about in this video is what is a side hustle. So my definition of a side hustle and my understanding of a side hustle is something that you are doing on the side of maybe your full-time job, your full-time business, maybe you're a full-time stay-at-home mom, whatever it is that you do full-time. This is something that you can do on the side in your spare time to bring in some additional money. There are tons of different ways that you can have a side hustle. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So let's break it down and talk about what are some of the different side hustle ideas that you can do and that are already out there. Okay, so my very first side hustle was I was actually a full-time student in college. And I decided to pick up my camera. I was going to school for photography and start to shoot weddings and portraits for some, honestly, it wasn't even side money. It was just any money. Like I didn't have any money when I was in college, to pay rent, let alone buy food. I was living with my grandmother. So I really needed to make something work so that I could make some kind of money. And I did have a job at a gas station at the time. I was making $7.25 an hour. And not only can you not live on that much money, but I was going to school full time, so I could only put in a few hours. So it wasn't even enough money to even cover like groceries. So I knew that I needed to do something else. And I knew that I had a skill set that I could use. So essentially what I first started doing was I went on Etsy and I contacted Etsy sellers and I said, hey, if you ship me your product, I'll take photos of it for X amount of dollars and then I'll ship it back to you. And people loved this idea. They actually did one thing better. Not only did they pay me, but they actually let me keep their product too. So that was one of the first things that I did. And then what I did was I went to Craigslist. This was back in 2007, I believe. And I went to Craigslist and I found people posting that they were having weddings. They needed photographers. And I was like, I'll shoot your wedding. So I started out doing that. And then I started adding on portraits. And then before I knew it, I had a full-fledged business. I actually dropped out of college to continue my business. I actually ended up growing my photography business into a multi-six-figure business. And then I went on to teach a course for other photographers for the past 6 years on how they can have their own successful photography business. And now I help other people to do what I've done, which is create your own successful course based on your passion. There was another time in my life when I was already successfully running my course business for photographers. I started a side hustle, which was a blog for like low carb eating. I started a blog for, some other things, basically like blogging as a side hustle. And what I would do is I would have advertisements on my blog and I would also affiliate products. So I would get some extra money that way as well. So let's talk about all the different side hustle ideas. I'm gonna list as many as I can think of. And what I'd like to do is challenge you to come up with a side hustle idea and comment it in the comments on this YouTube video below. So I have a list here in front of me. So provide a service could be a good side hustle. So photography, graphic design, lawn services, whatever kind of service that you can offer. Another thing is signing up for Uber or like Uber Eats, TaskRabbit, any of those kind of app services, right? There's also crypto and investing for side hustles as well. For me personally, I don't like to dabble in really risky, quick things like crypto and just like playing the stocks myself, if you will. Like I have a wealth manager who manages our wealth and she talks to us multiple times a year about the strategy of what money we're gonna put where, how we're gonna invest it. From my understanding, it's a lower risk, long-term strategy. That's just what I prefer, but this this is just a side hustle idea. Some other ideas are blog with affiliate links, blog with advertisements. You could be an affiliate for a different product if you have a following on social media or a following somewhere. You could have your own online course product, which is what I do now, which really did start out as a side hustle, because when I was full-time with my photography studio, I actually added on as a side project to start my first online course. And then that grew so big that that became my full-time business. So you can kind of see a pattern here. I was in college, side hustle photography, that came into my full-time career. Photography side hustle courses came into my full-time career. So there's nothing wrong with starting out doing it as a side hustle or part-time, and then you can grow into it full-time later. Another side hustle thing you could do is like grow a following on YouTube, podcasting, social media, whatever, and then like monetize that following. So these are just the ones that I could think of. But again, if you have a side hustle in mind or a side hustle idea, go ahead and comment it in the comments below. Okay, so out of all the side hustles that I've done, you know, photography, services, graphic design, I've designed and sold things on Etsy. I've actually sold like jewelry on Etsy. Like I've done so many side hustles. And out of all the things that I've done, I hands down would choose online courses. And here's why I love online courses so much. So number one, it's a digital product. It's a digital good. So you don't actually have the cost of purchasing the product to resell, or the labor costs or the costs associated with whatever it is that you're making. This is a digital good. So it's essentially free, you know, depending on what you already have. Like if you already have a laptop with a webcam on it, then you're not really going to need to purchase anything to make that product. So that's one of the reasons why I love that. The other thing I love about online courses is that it is something that you can easily start as a side hustle and then grow it as big as you want. You know, if you want to keep it a side hustle, cool. If you want to grow it into a full-time business, awesome. You can do whatever you want with that. And the cool thing is that you can also scale it really however much you want income-wise as well. Like if you want to, you know, just make, you know, 6 figures a year, keep it as a side hustle. If you want to really go full-time, scale it up, you know, go 7 figures plus, you can do that. Like the scalability of an online course is really unlimited, which is super cool. And once you have the course made, you have a method for consistent sales, you can get that elusive passive income, right? Where you have these things built and then they bring you in sales consistently every single month, which is really great. So there's no trading your time for money like with a service product, right? And again, I started my course as a side hustle. So I started out blogging, building an audience. I actually teach my students that they should start their course while building their audience. Because for me, I actually spent years blogging and building an audience only to have my first course flop because the audience and the course weren't properly aligned. And if you create the course and then get the following for that course, then they'll be aligned and you'll end up making a lot more money a lot sooner, helping a lot more people. It just all aligns really, really well. So what I'd love for you to do right now is I hope that this video helped spark a side hustle idea for you. So go ahead and comment below, what side hustle do you have in mind? What side hustle are you considering? Now that you have some side hustle ideas, you might think, wow, having a side hustle for an online course does sound really awesome. Or you might want to learn more about my story and my journey and how I grew my course from a 6-figure side hustle to a $2 million per year online course business. And if you want to learn more about that, how to build a following for your course, how to build the curriculum, how to sell it, how to do all this stuff in 5 hours a week minimum, then go ahead and I'm going to bring down my camera and bring up my slides. I'm going to show you step by step how to enroll in my free on-demand online training. So let's go. Just go to profitablecourses.com/class. And here it's going to take you to a page where you can sign up for the class. The class is called How to Turn Your Passion into an Online Course That's Profitable from Day One. Even if you're unsure what to teach, feel inexperienced, don't have a following, or you're short on time. We're going to be covering my profitable idea framework so you can nail down your course idea or ensure the one that you already have picked out will be profitable and get your students crazy good results. I'm going to be showing you my Post-it Power Hour framework so you can create your course content in 1 hour and get your course up and running ASAP. I'm also going to be sharing with you my profitable following framework and how I use it to grow a following from $0 to $17,000 in course enrollments in 30 days, even during the peak of the pandemic. This is super fun workshop. You're going to get a ton out of it. As soon as you enroll, you're going to get a bonus of my profitable course Kickstart workbook, and I'm going to be sending you some additional free training videos so that you can start to get results and help right away. Students have had great results with my teaching, so go ahead, just click any of the pink Yes, I'd Want want to attend buttons. Go ahead and select the date and time that you want. It will ask you to put your time zone, first name, email address, and phone number is optional, and then you can click to register now. I can't wait to see you there.